History often feels carefully planned until coincidence kicks the door open and casually rewrites everything like a prank-loving editor. Our story begins in 1914 when Europe sat tense, armed, and convinced war would be quick and manageable. Archduke Franz Ferdinand visited Sarajevo, a city already simmering with nationalist anger and bad intentions. Several assassins lined the route, but their first attempts failed so badly it felt almost comedic. One bomber panicked, threw too late, and wounded bystanders instead of his intended royal target. Franz Ferdinand survived and thought, well, that was unpleasant, deciding to continue the visit anyway. Then his driver made a wrong turn, because even history depends on faulty directions. That wrong turn placed the car directly in front of Gavrilo Princip, who was buying a sandwich. Princip stared, froze, then fired, accidentally igniting World War I and reshaping the 20th century forever. Millions would die because a driver missed a street, proving Google Maps might be humanity's greatest invention. Decades later, another coincidence echoed across continents with eerie déjà vu. Napoleon Bonaparte and Adolf Hitler both invaded Russia, both in June, both supremely confident. Each believed speed and willpower could defeat distance, weather, and reality itself. Each watched winter arrive like an uninvited guest who refuses to leave. Their armies froze, starved, retreated, and marked the beginning of catastrophic defeat. History whispered, "I warned you," but leaders rarely listen to whispers. Coincidences grow stranger when technology joins the conversation. In 1898, novelist Morgan Robertson wrote about a massive ship called the Titan. The Titan was considered unsinkable, lacked lifeboats, and struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. 14 years later, the Titanic did the exact same thing, minus the spoiler warning. Readers later wondered whether Robertson predicted the disaster or accidentally described human overconfidence perfectly. Sometimes coincidence isn't prophecy, just pattern recognition with excellent timing. Human lives also collide with chance in unsettlingly personal ways. Violet Jessup survived the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. She then survived the Britannic's sinking during World War I, because apparently fate wasn't finished testing her. Most people avoid water after one shipwreck. Jessup treated it like an inconvenient commute. Meanwhile, in Japan, coincidence turned nuclear and deeply tragic. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was in Hiroshima for work when the first atomic bomb exploded. Burned but alive, he returned home to Nagasaki, probably thinking his week couldn't get worse. The second atomic bomb exploded there 3 days later, and he survived again. His life became living proof that history's randomness can be cruelly precise. Coincidences also shape leadership in quieter, symbolic ways. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy were elected exactly 100 years apart. Both were assassinated on a Friday. Both shot in the head, both succeeded by men named Johnson. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy, and Kennedy had one named Lincoln. These parallels don't change policy, but they unsettle anyone who enjoys neat explanations. War itself sometimes hinges on accidental timing. During World War II, a single foggy morning delayed German bombers over Britain. That delay gave British defenses time to reorganize, changing the Battle of Britain's outcome. Radar, weather, and luck teamed up like unlikely superheroes. Even ancient history wasn't immune to chance encounters. Alexander Fleming returned late from vacation to find mold contaminating his lab samples. Instead of throwing them out, he noticed bacteria dying around the mold. That mistake led to penicillin, saving millions and redefining medicine forever. One scientist's untidiness became humanity's medical miracle. Political power also bends under coincidence. In 1945, a young American soldier named Henry Kissinger stumbled into intelligence work by chance. That detour eventually shaped Cold War diplomacy and global power balances. Careers, like empires, often pivot on unexpected opportunities. Coincidences even decide who becomes a villain or a footnote. If Franz Ferdinand's driver had known the city better, Princip might be remembered as a failed radical. If winter had arrived late, Napoleon might still be remembered only as unbeatable. History loves the if, but lives with the oops. These moments reveal how fragile grand plans truly are. Leaders strategize, generals calculate, and fate casually rolls dice in the background. Coincidence doesn't replace responsibility, but it exposes human overconfidence. We plan like chess masters, while history plays pinball. Patterns emerge not because history is scripted, but because humans repeat mistakes reliably. Coincidences feel shocking because we expect control where none exists. Empires rise through intention, but often fall through accidents. Progress advances through planning, but breakthroughs often arrive uninvited. History's strangest moments remind us humility might be our most underrated survival skill. When people say events were inevitable, coincidence quietly laughs. The past was not destined, it was improvised. Every wrong turn, delayed train, or overlooked detail carried hidden consequences. Civilization itself is balanced on near misses and unlikely meetings. Understanding history means respecting both strategy and randomness, because even the greatest powers are one bad decision away from chaos. Coincidence doesn't care about titles, plans, or confidence. It simply reminds us that history is human, unpredictable, and occasionally absurd.